just a little corner somewhere that is just yours. We want to know what we would find in the mini museum of you. So think about the things that you have there, the things that might help to illustrate who you are. And if there's one thing I could say about museums, they're never messy. So if your grown-ups tell you to clean your room, think about it as curating your museum. Let's go first to Lachlan in Pennsylvania. Good morning, Lachlan. Lachlan, what would we find in your mini museum of you?
Dogman. I have lots of Dogman books, and also, since I make my own original comic books, that too.
Whoa! So we would see some of the comics that inspire you, and then see a lot of your original comic work?
Yeah.
And you would have these all on display for people to come and witness and read and find inspiration from?
Yeah.
And then would you be doing like a comic workshop for people who wanted to hear some of your secrets of comic making?
Yeah.
And what would that one thing be? You know, in every museum, there's something that everyone talks about. If you go to the museum, you have to see this one thing. In Washington, D.C., if you go to the American History Museum, everybody talks about Dorothy's ruby slippers are at this museum. What would be the one thing that people would flock to from all over the world to see at your mini museum of you, Lachlan?
It would be my original comic book called Durpenstein.
Durpenstein?
Yeah.
What's it about? Oh, or do you want to hold on to that tight? Not tell everyone just yet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Lachlan, I can't wait to read Durpenstein myself. And just like your friend Dave Pilkey, hold on to those ideas that you have now, because Dogman and Captain Underpants were all ideas that he had when he was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And now that's his grown-up job.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. I'm so glad that you're inspired and creating your own, and I would love one day to visit the mini museum of Lachlan. Thanks for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Bye, Lachlan. Let's go to Ethan in Florida. Hey, Ethan.
Hi.
Ethan, what would we find at the mini museum of you?
Well, I would do, Egypt. I like Egypt.
You like Egypt a lot. Why Egypt? Of all the places in the world, why are you attracted to Egypt?
Well, I like the treasures and, excavating and, the mummies and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah? So in your room, do you have some Egyptian artifacts, some Egyptian art, some Egyptian information?
Yeah. Yeah.
And have you ever been to Egypt?
No, but I am gonna go when I grow up for my work.
You know how you could probably go to Egypt now without, like a really budget way of going to Egypt right now?
They even have, I think, a Cairo, they have a museum in Cairo that you could go to, and they have treasures of Egypt in it.
But you could create your own Egyptian museum here, and the best way to travel there without having to fly in a plane is to go to your local library, check out a book on Egypt, dive into the book, read it, and imagine that you're there.
Yeah.
And then everything that you bring back from take some souvenirs out of that book, not out of the book literally, but think about what you would bring back, and then put all of that in your mini museum of Ethan.
Mhm.
Your Egyptian mini museum of Ethan. Wow. All right. And what do you think that one thing would be that people would be flocking from all over the world to see?
Pyramids.
Pyramid. Maybe right in the middle of your room, you have a giant pyramid that you have built, a giant replica of a famous Egyptian pyramid right there in your room.
What?
Do you think your grown-ups would
the
let you...
one I got for Christmas, I got a toy, and it's really cool.
Oh, cool.
It's from Playmobil.
I love it. We like Playmobil. I step on a lot of Playmobil pieces around here. Thank you so much for calling, and have a great day. Thanks for being part of our show. Bye, buddy.
You too.
All right. We'll be right back. I never would have known that Ethan was so into Egypt if we hadn't had this conversation today. about the Mini Museum of You. I'm
Mindy,
always... What?
Well, I'm just wondering, what would it be like if a grown-up curated a mini museum of them? Would it be the same kind of stuff that they loved when they were kids, or would it be different? It probably would just be dedicated to their kids.
I got an idea for the grown-ups. Here's what I want to know. Grown-ups, I want you to look on the floor of your car right now. And if you've got something interesting or odd on the floor of your car, or something that defines you maybe even as a parent or a grown-up, I want to know what it is, and then we can add that to our mini museum of parenting. Okay? Let's do that. Mini museum of parenting. It could be something in your car, something in your bag, something that just seems to always be around and always was ever since you became a parent or a caregiver. 1-866-328-2345, the Mini Museum of Parenting. Grown-ups, let us know what you've got.